Hello everybody. Sorry about the messy hair. I really can't do anything to fix it. I'm literally wearing a hat, so it's not that messy. I do hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas, as difficult as it was. If you couldn't mix with households or whatever, and you couldn't see family, but you could make it the best of Christmas. Brilliant. I can tell you for a fact, my Christmas was highly entertaining, as you know, it was just fun for me and Nath. And my family, my mum and dad, and that. We just loved it because anything and everything, just spending time with Nathan. I'll leave a little clip at the end where he got his first present, which was Mulan, and it was very nice. It was after waiting months to watch it, obviously, because he saw it on Disney Plus, but then he wanted it on DVD, which Disney did scam worthy, but let's not get into that because it's Disney and they may cancel me. But no, he got Mulan, and I'll put that video at the end. Anyway, as you can tell by the title of this video, it is rounding off my 2020 and going into 2020 my resolutions, which I will stick to this year. Okay, let's go in January. In January, nothing really happened. It was at the beginning of the coronavirus signs and everything. February was much the same. It really was. We heard rumours about this fearful virus, obviously, and nothing really accounted for it. Let's bypass all of February, go to March. Beginning of March, I got to see my lovely best friend, Jessica, and I got to see my lovely adopted niece, Luna, for her 4th birthday. I got beat the shit out of by 4-year-olds. By playing swords with them, or I played throw the balloon and hit the balloon and they'd hit me in the face. I'm like, oh! It was a very good day for me because, 1, I got to spend the day with my best friend. 2, I got to meet other people, but I got to entertain kids. And there's not much I can do, obviously, with kids, obviously, because of my disability, obviously. But if I can entertain a kid for a couple of hours, keep the parents a bit occupied, give them a bit of a reprieve, I will, and I did. I found it fun. I got to, and after that we had cake, obviously, and then we had to kind of explain to Jessie's friends why she was feeding me, which was kind of funny, because she's standing there and they're all like, she's feeding me, and they're like, why is she feeding you? And then we had to go into the details of, my hands don't work. Anyway, so, still in March, we have the day, and then a few weeks later, obviously, we've got going into a bit of the dread. The virus is more apparent now. By this time, my nan's in hospital. She came home and then she went back for her 2nd time. And obviously, it was sad. It was very sad because March next year is going to be a very difficult time. Because we've got, she had her birthday on the 24th. And by that point, we kind of knew already that she was responding less and less to texts. And by this time, obviously, few more people were allowed to go up and see her because of the virus. It was more, by March, the virus had become such a thing that it was you couldn't interact with more people in case you spread the virus more and more, which is funny because that's what it did for the fucking year. But yeah, by the 24th she had her birthday, and then 6 days later we get the call to say that she passed. So that was insanely difficult, and is going to be insanely difficult next year. But as I've said multiple times throughout the year, I'm glad she's no longer suffering. Do I miss her? I miss her every day. There's not a day that goes past that I don't think about her or I don't miss her, because I do. She was a pain in my ass, no doubt. But you miss her every fucking day, and I love her. Anyway, moving on to April. So by March 20th, they put us into the kind of lockdown. So April, May, June we're in lockdown. I'm literally waking up. My sleep pattern from April to June was so fucked. In my head, I was like, all right, this ain't gonna be too bad. We can do things. Like, in a sense, I thought it was gonna be alright. We could get up and still do things. And we had that kind of mini heat wave as well. Excuse me. Yeah, that little heat wave, didn't we? But it wasn't that bad to do stuff. So we could still go in the garden, obviously, and catch some rays, obviously, which wasn't. It was kind of nice, but my sleep schedule was like it went from going to bed at like midnight to going to bed at like 3, 4 in the morning and waking up at like 11. So, but I was waking up every day at 11, coming downstairs, having lunch. I wasn't eating. I was watching. By this time, we had Disney Plus, so I was literally watching film after film after film. I was talking to less and less people. By this time, my mental health had depleted massively by that point, and people did reach out and try to talk to me, but it was just like I was trying to do the same, but it was very much difficult because you become antisocial when you're not seeing people, you're not meeting people all the time. So it was hard. So I was just like I was trying to keep in touch with people where I could, but then I was like, do I really want to? And I became like a bit of a dick. And I held my hands up, but it was because of the mental health. I have to say it was partially mental health, partially just me not wanting to. And partially the fact I was still grieving for the fact, because by this time we still hadn't buried my nan, or cremated her as we did. We hadn't had a funeral, and it was tough. And then we got to July, and we buried her. Well, I know we buried her we got her cremated in July, and oh, the toughest job of all. We get to July, and obviously at this time, Nathan's center, my brother's center, anyone knows us, Nate's got my brother with autism. His center's not allowing him to go back, so my aunt, my uncle, my aunt who lives in Essex, my cousins, my mother, my father, all got to go to the funeral, got to say their goodbyes. Me and Nate, we stayed here. So, I didn't exactly get to say my goodbye. I know she's always with me because my mum got me a necklace. So she's always going to be with me. She got me a necklace for Christmas. So she's always going to be with me. But there's always going to be that part of me that is a bit resentful to everyone. Not my family, obviously. It's just kind of my cousins, in a sense. My aunt, like, not in a horrible way, but it's resentful, like, at least you got to say goodbye. Whereas I've still got that twinge of I need to say goodbye somehow, and I thought I'd be able to do it by now. But I still have that little thing within me that wants to say goodbye. So, rolling July, by this time, he takes us out. Boris takes us out of lockdown. And I believe it was in July or maybe August when my friend and I, Tanya and I, we met up. We went. By this time during lockdown, I've been playing Pokemon Go a lot. I know it's like people are like, why are you playing that? It's a fun game to play, and it kept me occupied during lockdown. So I played Pokemon Go quite a fair bit. And we went Pokemon Go hunting, we catched up, just reminisced on things we were going to talk, like, because it had been some time since we talked due to a previous thing that went on between us. But it was really nice just to, she was one of her and Tanya, Nadal, Josh, Jess, Alan, and my cousin Josh, those were the people that continue, and Chelsea Ann, those were the continuous people that messaged me throughout lockdown. They were there for me when I needed them. I was there from when they needed me. They messaged me on and on and on all the time, made sure I was cool, made sure I was keeping my head above water, and I thank them all the time. Anyway, we get to July, no, August even, and yeah, we met up, and it was just nice catching up, because we haven't seen each other for a while. And then obviously, by August, Boris did the fucking help out to eat out thing, innit? So everyone's going out, and obviously, this is the thing, the virus is still a thing by this point. And people are going out, they're mixing with other people, and the virus starts spreading again. So then he puts in the law that you can't have more than 6 people in your household. And by this point, we're in September, and we're like 2 weeks away from my brother's 30th. And we had planned, like, well, okay, we're gonna do a big party thing. We're just gonna have some people at the house, and we're gonna have people in the garden mixing about, obviously. Social distancing as best we could, but we wanted to make something big because it was Nathan's 30th. 2 weeks before, Connie Boris puts in the 696 people allowed in each household. So that fucked us. And it was it was so depressing because my mom had bought decorations and everything, and luckily she didn't buy any food or anything, but she wanted to make it as best as she could because we were meant to have a big party for him this year, but that didn't come into fruition because of the virus. So we thought the next best thing is have a gazebo in a garden and just to invite a fair few friends over. But even that got cancelled, which is shit. Anyway, we move on to October. No, oh sorry, let me go back to September because we went down to the caravan for Nate's birthday, it was quite nice, like it was really nice just having, when I say a family feel, and I don't mean any disrespect to my family, but I mean my mum, my dad, Nathan, and myself. Like they're the core family that I mean, and we had that. It was just us 4, and it was just like it was nice. It was really nice to spend his 30th down there just to chill, see him open his presents, see him happy, and it was just it was nice. But yeah, move on to October. We're semi back into the thing of maybe going into lockdown, maybe not. By this point, I was going out and everything for drives here and there, but I was still being as safe as I could be. Still going downhill on my mental health, obviously, but I'm trying to stay above water as best as I can. And my mum's birthday is reeling in, and I'm like, ugh, I need to get presents, and I did. I managed to get presents for her, and got presents for my dad, because I do that for my dad, because he cannot, so I got presents for him, and for her, and for myself, to give to my mum for her birthday, and then I had to do the same for Christmas. But yeah, we got to November, I gave her presents, and the one present that I didn't give a fuck about what I gave my mum. I did one present in particular that I was very thankful that I did. Obviously, with my nan passing this year in March, I did one final present from my nan to my mum, and I wrote out a card that said, Nick, I know I'm gone, but I'll always be with you in your heart. I love you, Mum. And then Nath has Disney names for all of us. And if you're fortunate enough to be given a Disney name, he means he likes you very much. I'm obviously Quasimodo, my mum's Princess, my dad's Mufasa, and my nan was Cruella de Vil. Don't ask me why, it was just the name that he gave her. But it stuck like glue, and I managed to find a Cruella de Vil figurine, which I then acquired and gave it from my nan as a final present to my mum, which I made her cry, and I was like, I'm happy with that. It wasn't because I made her cry, it was just a final present, because my mum deserved one final present from my nan, and that's what I did. So yeah, we went through November. We're still trying to be safe, obviously. We're rolling through November, and we're now on December. We're getting into 2021. Nothing really major happened. Obviously, like I said, we had Christmas. It wasn't exactly like we expected it to be, but it was as best as we thought it could be, which was, it was better than I expected it to be. I was very thankful with the presents that I got. I was very happy with the presents that I got, as I know Nath was. But this year as a whole has been absolutely fucking atrocious. I know all of us are saying, oh, maybe next year will be better, but look, the virus is still a thing. We're in tier 4 now, so we're potentially going to be in tier 4 for another 6 to 8 months. So it's going to be shit next year anyway. So this year and next year is a write-off. But I'm still going to tell you what my motivations are for next year. My motivations are to save money, and I'm obviously going to do that by doing my second thing. I'm literally going to have no takeaways at all unless I have to, unless it's like a family event, a birthday or something where we all buy one and have one together. And my main goal is to lose some weight. I weigh a hefty amount. I weigh around 14, 15 stone. I'd like to get that down to 11 or 12 stone. And potentially with us being in lockdown, that we're going to be, with the present that I got for Christmas, which is the exercise bike, which is going to be very essential for me to help me get into shape. That's my main focus. Lose some weight and save as much money as I can. They're my main goals. Anything else is a bonus in my eyes for next year. But I hope next year is not as bad as this year, but we will see what happens. Yeah, let me know how your 2020 has been. If you don't know already, I am on TikTok. I'm only making them every now and then, but it'll be in the description, Sam1Wheels3, if you want to check me out. My Instagram will be in the description as well, Sambo221, check me out. And yeah, if you are new around here and you like this type of content where I'm just rambling on and on, I have a bunch of videos that you can go back and watch, podcast type of videos. Or if you want to watch singing videos, I have an array of videos. But yeah, if you're new around here, please subscribe, tell people about me. Please comment anything you want me to do next. And I will see you in 2021. Happy New Year.